Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot Connection with the Weekly Comic Book Roundup. We've got a fairly sized haul this week, and we'll be splitting up into 2 days once again, as Free Comic Book Days tomorrow. More on that at the end. Kicking things off, we've got Immortal X-Men number 11, as Immortal X-Men has returned after Sins of Sinister. Where we left off. Xavier, Emma Frost, Exodus, and Hope were all sentenced to the pit because of them kind of being the thought to be the most dangerous of the of those who had been corrupted by Sinister. And Mother Righteous basically showed up and told everyone what all went down, while Rasputin brought Sinister to be punished for his numerous crimes. So, we once again see them being sentenced to the pit. Rasputin has some choice words for Xavier, namely concerning the fact that, how he, what he did in the future she is from. And so, Forge has, a while later, Forge has managed to come up with something that could purge what Sinister did, and we have a report explaining what Sinister did. Forge report. Okay, listen up. This is how Sinister did it. He created a subdimensional loop in the DNA sample. It coils into another dimension. It's almost totally invisible. There's a one base pair stitch. That's the only sign he's been messing. Needle in a haystack is easier than this. In there's a whole other genome. Toxic as hell, all manner of active cytoplasmic hunter-killer watchdogs just sitting there waiting to attack. I'm not sure we can get in there and nose around, but we can just excise the loop. We remove the loop, the genetics are lost in time and space, and the genome should be all back to normal. But even though they've all been, the loop's been excised, it's not exactly. They don't know for certain that Sinister didn't do anything else. So basically, they all lose their votes. And Rasputin and Mother Righteous have set up a means of having these particular four view what they did in the other universe. After this, Hope basically wants nothing to do with Exodus. But it's also so Storm just explains that they can't be seen to publicly dismiss another four members, as it would look like chaos, and they can't afford to lose any of their input. They all sit on the council, they keep up appearances, they just don't vote. And Rasputin will be their personal security, at least in the case of Xavier, Rasputin will be personal security at all times. Storm confronts Destiny about the whole thing. Kind of, you knew this would happen, and it's like, yeah. And it's like, not so much new. I had inklings, but I saw possibilities. And meanwhile, a fight breaks out, however, between Hope and Exodus. Hope's teensy bit pissed about having been left behind on a Chitauri world to basically be, used as parts for Exodus's religion. Mother Righteous goes to goes to deliver a message to Destiny, and is found by Mystique. Um, it was basically Destiny's last words in that other universe. Um, Storm breaks up Hope and Exodus, basically kind of saying, "Hey, look, we get it. You're both mad, but we can't do this. This can't be happening. This shouldn't happen in public." So, and we find out that yeah, Hope knows that there's no true limit to what she can do with her do when she's manipulating powers, and she basically takes away Exodus's powers and beats the holy crap out of him. But Aurora is called to Rocco, and it is kind of pointed out that she kind of she can't be in both places. She can't basically rule both Rocco and sit on the council. Shaw and Mother Righteous have a chat, but Storm knows that Emma's right, and she meets with someone in the council chamber with Krakoa watching, asking them to, in the event of her having to miss a council vote because of the necessary business of the Great Ring, to be her vote. Colossus agrees, and to be fair, that's not a good pick, but Storm doesn't know that. But that is where the issue ends. As much as I enjoyed Sins of Sinister, I'm glad that Immortal X-Men is back. I've missed it the last few months. So, moving on though to our next book, we've got Sons of X. This is the first before the fall one shot. Fall of X is coming this summer, so and it's also kind of tying things up from Legion of X. Legion is going through various simulations, courtesy of Blindfold. Him fighting Nimrod. They're not going well. The Legion's trying to do what they can to help the monstrously appearing mutants. Syrian Noble is killed by a shadowy figure with clawed fingers, and glowing yellow eyes. Banshee appears shows up in the altar. He's missing the last few months, and Legion notes that basically what the reason he's missing all that time is because of timeline alteration, and well, he would know a lot about those. But there's something left in his mind. Mother Righteous, and so blindfold, Banshee, and Legion go to visit Mother Righteous. She tells Legion what he did in the other, how he basically ascended beyond, though doesn't mention what becomes after that. At the Bloom, an orbital Orcus facility, Legion shows up, and Mother Righteous takes on Nimrod, while Legion and the Legionnaires rescue Nightcrawler. Mother Righteous shows Nimrod how it is he falls at the hands of Mr. Fantastic, Thor, and Iron Man. And it's very much, it's kind of, yeah, he, and she points out that he had a heart for all of them, that he had a beat for a heart, and then that was it. But Margali Stavros attempts to prevent using the soul sword she created from Kurt, attempts to stop Kurt being rescued by his teammates. But Mother Righteous pulls back, takes back her gift, and takes the sword. And on the Savage Land, Kurt, as well as all the other mutants who've been modified by what Orcus did, is brought back. Also, she kills Dr. Nemesis. But there is something. But Mother Righteous says that, yeah, you let me get my hooks into you, and she's trying. But it was all a ploy. Legion knew what he was doing, and so now she takes the soul sword and gives the sword to Kurt, whose soul it was forged from. Kurt's back normal, but Cyclops informs Kurt of what's been going on. 3 prime ministers, 1 chancellor, and 2 royal heirs, all from nations that rejected Krakoan friendship, ripped to shreds by a teleported mutant with blue fur. And so because of this, though, for the moment, Kurt is leaving Krakoa. And that is where the issue ends. This is a one-shot, so it looks like that's it for Legion of X. But a Fall of X tie-in is the upcoming Uncanny Spider-Man, which will have Nightcrawler as, well, Spider-Man. Moving on to our good one-shot, setting things up well for the Fall of X. Moving on, though, to our next book, we're swapping over to the direct competition, or the distinguished competition, with Batman number 135, which is Legacy issue 900. Kind of an amusing side point. The first Batman comic book I ever bought was Batman number 500. That was about 30 years ago, or so. 30 years, yeah, 30 sounds about. I think it was 93. Maybe it was late 92. Maybe it might have been 92. No later than 93. Anyways, so in this other Earth that Bruce has been sent to, he faced off with Ghostmaker and lost his hand in doing so. And he's discovered that the man behind this version of Gotham is basically is the man who becomes the Joker. He's convinced Catwoman to help the less fortunate, as Halliday floods the city with a gas that should be generating multiversal energy during an attack by Man-Bats. Alfred's trying to get a hold of Leslie, and finally decides to do something and gets the other people, basically the other rich people, to stand with him to help. Red Mask basically ends up in Joker's mind at the time of his creation. but it has no effect on him. Firefly ends up helping out with the Man Bats as well. People flood into the tower at Alfred's urging, and Red Mask tries again constantly, but he's creating all of it, and he explains to Alexis that he can't become the Joker. He creates them. Batman takes on Alexis and takes her down pretty quickly. And Batman manages to stab Halliday as Alfred manages to enters, and Halliday flees into the multiverse. Batman makes it add some wiring to his belt to enable him to follow, but Selina betrays him at the last minute, and he doesn't have the belt when he gets sent through the portal. He ends up on a few other Earths. First, Earth 89, where the Joker has seemingly returned. Yeah, Earth 89 is the Earth that the Tim Burton Batman movies take place. So he then ends up on the Red Rain Earth. We also see, I think, Gotham by Gaslight, a more goofy Silver Age Earth, animated series Earth, and the Arkham Earth, the Arkham games. Also, the Batman Beyond timeline with older Bruce giving younger Bruce a means to control his journey, at least to return when he's done. But the Joker shows up there. Other Earths, another Silver Age Earth, Kingdom Come, Injustice, Batman Earth 66. Yeah, the Earth, and in which the Batman of that Earth, in fact, gives Batman his utility belt. Also ends up on the Dark Knight Returns Earth. And Dark Knight Returns Batman gives this Batman a new hand, but and a new costume. But he ends up at the end of the multiverse where Red Mask has made Joker sharks, and he tries to use them to kill Batman. But a gadget that was on the gifted utility belt comes in handy against Joker sharks. Bat shark repellent. Which causes Batman to say that he met a Batman even more prepared than he is. But he takes down Halliday, and he's trying to figure out what to do, because he can't just leave Halliday to die at the end of the multiverse, but Tim Drake shows up. And that is where the issue and this current story ends. This was actually really. I like the fact that the art team really didn't say who if the art is divvied up between artists for different Earths. It did not specify which artists did which Earths. There was reading this, I honestly thought that they'd gotten Frank Miller to do the Dark Knight Returns portion, but it's a good issue, and you know, it makes for a nice milestone. I guess when you get a milestone, it's nice to end a story on that milestone. Issues are great for either beginning new stories or ending the current story. So, moving on though to our next book, we've got Poison Ivy number 12. Where we left off, Lamia had mutated, and Ivy couldn't control this particular strain. But Ivy gets attacked by it, and she spends the next few days healing. When she's strong enough, she basically she manages to use her own blood as a means of making an antidote. She has dreams of the Lamia monster attacking, but the antidote works. And all but one of the women from the group are completely okay with taking the antidote, except for one. The reason for the antidote being that quite likely the Lamia will take control of that, turn them into Lamia monsters as well. But one of them just doesn't want to, just doesn't trust it, and Ivy gets it. She was in a position once where someone who claimed to know what they were doing experimented upon her, and well, look where she is now. But her and Janet head back to Gotham. Along the way, they see a Lamia zombie made from one of Janet's former co-workers from the Ace Chemical plant. Ivy destroys it, inflicts a bit of her own Lamia strain into it, and outside of town, Harley and Ivy meets and Harley are reunited. And that is where the issue ends. Good book, and it looks like we're getting to a turning point, as it were, in the series, with Ivy being back in Gotham. So, have to see how that all plays out. Moving on to our next book, or our last book for the moment, we've got Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 8. I think this is the end of the miniseries, though I could be wrong. Where we left off, Grundy had saved the Gotham not Joker, but had also been injured in the process. In Los Angeles, Manhunter, Kate Spencer, was dealing with Joker, and was at the point the end of the last issue trying to kill him. This is I don't think this is the last. But Joker turns the tables on Manhunter. Croc notes that someone's poisoned the water in the sewer, but Gotham Joker attacks Croc, likely for what he did to Grundy. Manhunter beats the hell out of, continues to beat the hell out of Joker, basically saying that, Batman should have done it years ago. But Joker's rescued by Killer Moth. In Gotham, Croc goes after Joker, but gets lit ablaze and then beaten quite a bit by Joker, though he does take a bite out of Joker's arm. In LA, Killer Moth basically manages to stop Manhunter, explaining he meant to, that he's going to kill, if it is going to kill Joker, it's going to be him. Until Joker offers him $2 million. In Gotham, Jason's being transferred to Blackgate, but Stephanie stops it, manages to basically pass along intel through just, and presumably coded intel. But Killer Moth is tasked now with getting Joker back to Gotham with, and they've still got Mr. Waffles, who, well, Killer Moth is pretty certain is dead. Then our backup story, we got no more Mr. Nice Guys. So apparently Joker's been working on a device that can tell if someone is good or bad, and he's even modified the situation so that it will destroy those who are good. It works. So he starts using it against superheroes. Taking out Green Lantern, Superman, Aquaman, Plastic Man. And then Galaxy has an idea to do something good, and, well, his head blows up. And so, but everything's kind of boring now, so the story ends right where it began, with Man-Bat, rather than Hawkgirl, pouring water on the Joker while he holds a lit torch. And that is where the issue ends. Yeah, this is not the last issue of the miniseries. I think there's one, maybe 2 issues to go still. Anyway, that is going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the I've got a giveaway up and running for the month. Check that out. I'll try and put the link in the description. Also, in the description box below, as usual, are links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal. All in the description below, along with, like I said, the giveaway video. But this is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, oh, one more thing. I mentioned more on Free Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day is tomorrow, May 6th. If you are in or near the Northwest Arkansas area, I'll be at Rock Bottom Comics from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, by all means, if you can, come by. You know, pick up some of the free comics. Take a look at some of the comics that aren't free. Take a look at their selection of, gaming products. They've got some gaming products, not much, but some. A decent selection, honestly. Their selection of graphic novels from probably every publisher that's putting out graphic novels, including some mangas, as well as back issues and current issues. But this is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.